You're watching Mark's Tech, and this is what I think about the latest folding phone from Samsung. The Galaxy Z Flip 3 is not only the most polished folding phone to have ever come out, it's even more polished than a Galaxy Z Fold 3. And it also starts at a price tag that nowadays people are familiar with. So look, it's pretty clear that Samsung isn't trying to replace their premium flagship phones with folding phones, but instead they're trying to make folding phones and the typical slab phones coexist together. You know, you got the folding phones for the people that want it, and you got the slab phones for the people that want it as well. With current technology, folding phones are still a compromise. They are nowhere as good as your typical smartphone style slab phone. The only real downside I can see with this phone, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen it coming, battery life. See, when a company advertises major selling features of a phone such as 5G, 120Hz, great cameras, bright display, so on and so forth, I expect to use those features. After all, if I didn't care about those features, well, I wouldn't have gotten the phone, right? Right. So with all those features enabled, unfortunately, this phone only lasts me about 3 hours and 30 minutes before the phone dies. And that was with dark mode enabled. Now look, I get it, okay? The phone is thin, the phone folds, the phone is powerful, but all those awesome features go out the door the second the battery also goes out the door. You just can't use a dead phone. Well, technically, if the phone is dead, you still could use one major selling feature and just open and close the phone while the battery is dead. So if that's your game plan, then hey, this phone's perfect. So the next day I did a test to see what the battery life is only on Wi-Fi, so no cellular service was been used. It's been using Wi-Fi the whole day. It's been on 60 Hz the whole day, so not 120 Hz, your standard typical iPhone 60 Hz. And also the brightness was set between 40 and 50% because I was indoors and I just didn't really need 100% brightness, you know. The phone lasted me 5 hours. And that's by turning off 3 key features. Now look, 5 hours is fine, okay? It's not great, but it's also not terrible. My main thing is if you have to turn features off, the features that you paid for, if you have to turn them off to reach an acceptable amount of battery life, well then obviously that phone is no good, all right? Stop sugarcoating it, okay? I see a lot of people saying, well, it's good for a fold or it's good for a flip. Sure. But it's still bad. It's such a good looking phone. It's polished. It's fun to use. The screen is now 80% stronger when compared to the previous flip. It actually feels like a normal display. You shouldn't get too worried about it because, as I've said, it is more durable, but not only that, it's actually water resistant in this year's model. The Snapdragon 888 chip has already been proven to be so powerful you can basically throw anything at the phone and it'll rip right through it. Pair that up with 120 Hz and you got yourself a device that is a delight to use. The cover display has been redesigned and it now actually adds useful features such as quick access to the ringer toggle, the brightness meter, weather, music, timer, and more. You can even use the cover display as a viewfinder if you want to take a photo using the superior rear-facing cameras rather than using the selfie camera. You can even switch from the main camera to the ultra-wide camera in both photo and video modes. But the thing I can't understand, and for the life of me, I literally cannot understand this. Whenever you do take a photo or video using that cover display, using the rear cameras basically, it's square. Why? Why? Why is it square? What is making it a square? You're using the same cameras as you normally would whenever you're shooting something in front of you, you know, using the rear cameras. But if you flip the phone around facing you when it's closed, it's shooting in a square format. So I was gonna say, hey, if you like to vlog, this phone is gonna be perfect because not only is the main display closed, which is saving you battery life, but also your only display is this little small display here, which is good enough to see You know, the background, it's good enough to frame your shots. So if you're gonna be planning on vlogging with this phone, it'll be perfect. But it's square, and no one is gonna be watching a square vlog. Unless you're gonna crop in and make it a 16:9, but then you're just cropping out a crap ton of, information in the video. So that's also not good. The phone is trying to do so much with so many of these features that it kind of forgets to actually make those features convenient. Oh look, the phone has 5G, it has 120 Hz, it has this beautiful bright display, but the battery life goes out the window. Oh look, this phone's cover display can make snapping photos and videos super quick without even needing to open the phone. But those photos and videos will be a square format. Oh look, there's quick access to the alarm in the cover display. Well, you still need to open the phone to actually use it. The cameras on the Flip 3 are the same as on the S20. Am I mad about that? Hell no. The Pixel 5a's main camera is, or I should say the main sensor, is from the Pixel 2. And this thing takes insane photos. It competes with $1,000 iPhones, no problem. The photos from the Flip 3 look great. They look vibrant. They're sharp. They're full of life. They look amazing. This phone is truly a piece of amazing futuristic technology, but it's trying to do too many things at once without really doing a few things excellent. For example, the Pixel. This doesn't have 120 Hz. This doesn't fold. This doesn't do anything special. But the things it does well. In fact, there isn't a single feature on here that Google added just to add, if that makes sense. Every feature on here is polished. Every feature on here works. I don't need to turn anything off for this phone to last me more than 3 hours and 30 minutes. If you don't really care about battery life, if you spend most of your days, maybe you work from home, maybe you work remotely and you already spend most of your day indoors in your home where you don't use a lot of 5G, where you're always next to a charger, this phone is great. The Flip 3 is honestly a fantastic phone. But again, it's just doing too much without focusing on things that really matter. So what do you guys think about the Flip 3? I know they are selling extremely well, and I'm super happy that Samsung, again, priced it at that sweet, perfect spot, $999, perfect. I'll tell you guys this right now. If this phone could at least get 6 hours, even 5 hours. If this phone could get 5 hours without me having to turn anything off, keeping 5G on, 120 Hz, stuff like that, then I would literally never let go of this phone. It's that good. But again, those features don't really matter if the phone's dead. Guys, as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Thanks for watching. Adios.